What's up, spring chickens? So, I'm gonna vote on my top picks for the Metal Storm Awards, but I thought I could use a little help on some of these categories that I am just didn't spend as much time with. So we'll see who hops on in here to help me out. In the meantime, I'm going to kind of look at what else we got here that I might not have done yet. I think I went through most of the things that I'd already decided. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Yeah, I'm just trying to finish out my picks for this and thought it might be kind of fun to record while I'm doing it. Yeah, so I'll wait. I'll see if people pop on. I know it's Tuesday night. Yeah, you ever go on Metal Storm? Every year they do this. I should probably change that to. I guess it's technically 2 words. I swear it used to be 1 word. Did they change that? Maybe it's always been 2 words. Metal Storm. But yeah, they have this. Hey, what's up, Omega? This will be a shorter stream. But yeah, I'm just voting. And you can feel free to vote along with me if you go to metalstorm.net/awards. But yeah, their voting is open. They do their best of the year by audience poll. And so I already started doing some of mine, but I could use some help with a few of these categories. It's all by genre. And they basically, I think they just take like the top rated stuff of the year and then you get to vote on which one. So for instance, for best alternative metal, I obviously went with, oh shit, Loathe was in here too. Man, that's tough. I'm going to take that. Can I take my vote back? Can I change it to Loathe? I gave it to Deftones because I stupidly didn't even see that Loathe was in here. Man, that's tough. That's really tough. Oh, I can change it. You know what? Deftones, they get plenty of recognition. I'm going to change that one to Loathe. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Loathe deserve it. Can't believe they're dropping another album already. I hope it's up to snuff. What's up, people? I'm free. It's lockdown in Canada. Oh, shit. What's up, Derek? Blackwater. Yeah, we got to go with Loathe. So, yeah, I don't know if you all have any pointers in terms of this category. I did not listen to any of these. I did not listen to any of these. I might have listened to a little bit of Urfaust and a little bit of Lurker of Chalice because I've listened to them before. I think I listened to a little bit of Dragged into Sunlight too, but I did not listen to any of these albums all the way through. So if you all have any suggestions, yeah, you do need an account to vote, but it's pretty easy to set one up. And it's pretty worth it. I like Metal Storm. That's actually where I first started writing reviews. You can even find some of my old ones on here. Some of which I might be a little bit embarrassed about at this point, but I don't know. But yeah, any suggestions? I see Lurker of Chalice. I see Dragged into Sunlight. We need a tiebreaker then, at least. All right, Omega said he's gonna vote, so I'll go with Lurker of Chalice. I do enjoy dude from Leviathan. He actually lives out here somewhere. I tried to reach out to him to see if he wanted to do an interview, but he's kind of a recluse. All right, I already voted on this one, but I did just want to go through each of them. I gave Best Avant-Garde Experimental to Imperial Triumphant, but I did consider, it was really a toss-up with Piron. Those albums, both are, I love almost an equal value, but I think I had to give it to Imperial Triumphant. I considered Mora Procasa too, but that one's not quite as solid as those other two. And then to be fair, there's still a bunch of stuff in here that I didn't really check out as much. I did listen to a little Ransi Pazuzu, but I just didn't get into it. as much. Jamie Horsley hyped the fuck out of Dark Buddha Rising. Yeah, I hear good things. But ultimately, I gotta give it to Imperial Triumphant. There was a time when I forced myself. I would not vote on a category unless I listened to every album on here, which I honestly think is the more fair way to do it. But I just don't have the time to be doing that. Best black metal, I ended up giving to Oculus, but plenty of other solid entries on here. I did enjoy Garea, but I thought Oculus was just more solid. I loved Regarder les Hommes Tomber with Ascension. That's another solid album, but I think overall I did like Oculus a lot more. But this is a good list, actually, of when people ask me which black metal albums did I like last year. This is kind of my list, more or less. I don't think I listened to Serpent Column or Borne, but I did listen to the rest of these and quite enjoyed them. But yeah, I got to give it to Oculus. Imperial Triumph and hell yeah, Aranci Pazuzu is fantastic, yeah. American version of Deathspell Omega. Yeah, more or less. I think they're even more... They have much more of that jazz element, though. Because they're all... I think they're all kind of like jazz trained. Alright, so that's black metal. For death metal, I went with Ulcerate. But again, lots of good stuff in here. I did really like Black Curse. I loved Cytotoxin, but it was kind of like, still kind of like a B tier album. So I felt like Ulcerate beat that out. Earthrot, good stuff. Vreedhammer, I liked too. Wouldn't say it was like best of the year. Wake was really good as well. Zabala was just okay. I was expecting more from that one. Afterbirth was decent too, but I think out of these, I would still give it to Ulcerate. I don't know if anybody else feels differently. Oop, I'm in the wrong thing here. I forgot I had the Discord open too. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other thoughts on that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep moving along because I'm going to need some help with some of the ones I haven't done yet. And then, yeah, Gent, Math Metal. This was a little tough too. I gave it to Fawn Limbs, but I did consider the Motion Mosaic and the Hirsch Effect. Those were both excellent albums. I was leaning more towards Motion Mosaic, but overall, Fallen Limbs just it just knocked me on my fucking ass. So good. I'm gonna close this because it keeps making the noise. Noise boys. I know the chat dropped off. Alright, here's where I'm gonna need some help though. So next we've got Doom, and y'all know if you've been watching my videos, I just don't listen to a lot of Doom. I wish Primitive Man had been put in this category. They ended up in Sludge instead. I would have gone with that, but y'all help me out here. Who should get my vote for the best Doom metal of 2020? Also, if anybody's on Discord and wants to tell people I'm streaming it and what I'm doing in particular, in case they want to help out with this. All right, so as we're listening to Enslaves, Ritter Day, Aranci Pazuzu must be huge Enslaved fans because they definitely have that psychedelic influence like Enslaved. Yeah, I could see that. Also, as Pinnacle, I still play that almost daily. The Fallen Limbs is killer. Thanks for recommending that to me. Yeah, again, always glad to hear that people picked up stuff. You know what? I'll just hop on the Discord for a second here. Do this in real time. Real behind the scenes. Help me with my votes for the Metal Storm Awards. Okay. What else we got here? I'll hop back out of that so the noise doesn't keep popping up. Atramentus is my pick for Doom. Well, unless anybody else speaks up. Oh, wait, is that even in here? I mean, I can do a write-in, but the odds of a write-in winning are slim to nil. I've done it a bunch of times, but I don't know. I need suggestions. Solutions, give me solutions. Anybody, Bueller, help me out here. Maybe I should have waited till the weekend to do this, but I was impatient and had some free time. Anybody? All right, if nobody's going to chime in, then I'm just going to do that as a write-in because I didn't listen to any of these. I don't even know what the name of the album is. I think I'm about to be interrupted here. Hey. You got a balloon? Sure. Okay. Yeah, good job. Look at that. She's going to turn off the TV in her room. Stuck a Bellwitch, Aerial Ruins, Stygian Bow collab. Is that on here? Y'all saying things that aren't on here. Help me out. Help me out. I need help. I need help. What's the name of the Atramentus album? Because I'm ready to vote that. Otherwise, I'm going to Google it. Yeah, I know. All right, I'm looking it up because my man's is being slow here. Stygian? Is this it? Ooh, love that cover. I do recall seeing this cover, but I did not listen to it. What's it sound like? Okay, we're gonna go down I like it. Vocal sold. All right. Done. I'm going to do a write-in because I don't know what the fuck about any of these other ones. Thank you for the... I might have to check out more of that. Thank you for the recommendation, Blackwater. That's all right. We would have been stuck on that category forever. All right, Extreme Doom is next. Actually, fuck. Maybe maybe that should have been the... Oh, there it is. God damn it. Now I got to go back and change that one. All right, well, I'm going to give that to that one. So they wanted a more like traditional Doom. Didn't we get... It's still so weird to me too that Primitive Man's not in that category. All right, I gotta take that out. Back to the drawing board with fucking Doom. I feel like I listened to a little Doom. There's like one or two things I checked out. Maybe I should just look at... You know what I can do? And go to... Let's see. No, I don't want to be in 20 buck spin. Get me out of here. So, why do I always forget how to do this now? Oh yeah, here we go. So metal. Unless somebody's got something recommended. Hey, what's up, Jordan? Yeah, because I don't know any of this shit. Ixion sounds kind of familiar. You know what, rather than dick around with this, let me just check that out. Because I'm not hearing anything from the Peanut Gallery. We got Fixion. Here's Ixion. Here we go. This must be it. Yes, here we go. That sounds really familiar. Okay, I like what I'm hearing. Alright. Sold. Unless anybody has any further recommendations. Yeah, I mean, I gave it to... There's Extreme Doom. I don't know if you came in before or after we did that, but there's also Extreme Doom. So we gave that to Atramentus. Okay, for Extreme Progressive, I gave it to Enslaved. I was a little on the fence. I did like Barishi. I liked Asitis. And I liked some of this other stuff too. But I know everybody's fawning over the Black Crown Initiate album. I didn't particularly love it. So take that for what it's worth. Lichgate I enjoy, but overall Enslaved was the one that I liked the most. So that's that for that one. Folk, I did a write-in because I didn't really love any of these as much as I loved this Bloodiga Skald album that I actually had as a shout out on my review that I just did for dang, I'm blanking on the name. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. That last folk metal review that I did, Corpiclani. I did like, and I think Chris liked it too. This, however the fuck you pronounce that, Arstoir Lifsons. And Sephirim was just okay. I was expecting more from that one. It was a little bit too power metal for me. It was fun, but not really what I was looking for. Fintroll was decent, but I really liked that Bloodiga Skald album. I don't know if you all feel differently. See, Stygian's good. Okay. Well, I'm going to stick with that one then. All right, and then Gothic Metal needs some help too. I don't know how much Gothic Metal y'all listen to. I listen to very little. Trying to do more this year, but I didn't listen to any of these. I might have listened to a touch of Draconian, a little bit of Paradise Lost. Just never been a huge fan of this whole genre, really. So y'all help me out. Here's the list here. I need to maybe I need to do a split window here so I can actually see the freaking chat while you're looking too. At the Altar of the Horned God is my pick for folk. Okay, but Doom. I mean, not Doom. Gothic, y'all. Gothic. Let's get on it. Help me out. Where should I vote with this one? Oh, we got an interview with Cult of Luna up here. Neat. We got, okay, Draconian made a good goth album, but Paradise Lost wins Gothic Metal Award. All right, unless anybody else is speaking up, I'm gonna... Draconian is a safe pick. Oh, so now we split a little bit. So should it be Draconian or should it be Paradise Lost? Because it sounds like we're in between those two. Maybe I'll pull those up too so I can kind of sample them. Whoop, that is not how you spell that. I do enjoy both of these have great album covers too. I feel like that's my favorite thing about Gothic Metal is they have really cool covers. And then I gotta remind myself what that Paradise Lost album sounded like. Blackwater's really pulling for Paradise Lost. Pull this thing up here. This is not it. Oh, by I totally clicked on the wrong thing. That was amazing. Well, Brother Tiger, whoever they are, they just got a little random shout out on the stream. That was great. I was not looking where I needed to. That's amazing. All right, here's Obsidian. Yeah, another cool album cover. Man, that is tough though. And again, obviously I haven't listened to the whole album. Blackwater's listened to both. Jordan, you say you've only listened to Draconian, and he's really pulling for Obsidian. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Obsidian. Yeah, we got another vote for Paradise Lost, so we'll go that route. I probably need to spend more time with them too. I know, like everybody loves them, but there's only so much time for me to listen to. I listen to enough albums as it is. Grindcore, Napalm Death. Like, that was an easy pick. Easily has to be Napalm Death. That album was way better than it had any right being. I still think it's potentially their best album. Lots of other good choices on here. I know some people really. Jamie would have picked an All Nath Rock. Quest for Metal would have picked an All Nath Rock. Fuck them both. I love them, but fuck them both. They're wrong. Out of this list, as much as I love Benighted, Obscene, Repressed too, although I wouldn't really call that a grindcore album, it was more of a death metal album. But yeah, I gave it to Napalm Death. That album's just so amazing. One of my biggest surprises of the year. Okay, so hard rock. Also didn't really listen to a ton. Because I'm not into any of this stuff. Like, I like AC/DC, but I don't really, like, listen to new releases from legacy bands like that. So I have no idea how the new one sounded. And yeah, I didn't really listen to any of this. So again, I need your help here. What should we go with? Let me, like, you know what? I'm going to pull this window out so I can look at both at the same time. Since I'm a noob. Okay, there. Now you can still see. It's probably a little trippy. Alright, so... Hey, what's up? Greetings from North Korea. Awesome. Welcome. So what do we got here? What do we think for hard rock? Because again, I'm totally lost. I did not listen to any of this. And yeah, I just need some suggestion. Help me out. Help me out. Chat's not moving, so I don't know if people are thinking or if it's slowed down or what. I mean, I was going to say a default to AC/DC, but that doesn't seem like the best bet. Scroll down. Oh, you can't see? Oh, that's weird. Not bad. Yeah, let me see if you can see them all now. There you go. So we got to vote for AC/DC. Yeah, I know, Jordan. Like, I have no idea. Blackwater says, okay, I'm getting votes for Lucifer. I recall, I think, listening to a little bit of that and liking it. I'm going to refresh my memory. This is kind of fun with the OBS shit that I got here. Hopefully all the audio's coming through okay. And also, hopefully I'm not going to get myself in any sort of copyright trouble. Where are you? Maybe they're not on Bandcamp. It might be on the label site. Alright, I'm not going to dick around looking for it. I'll just give it to Lucifer and call it a day. Then we got... Alright, so hardcore, metalcore, deathcore, which I feel like deathcore should be its own category, honestly. But I gave it to End. Of these choices, End was easily just the most, like, absolutely destructive album on here. Loved it. Crossbringer was solid. Couch Slut was pretty solid. Boris was pretty good. Man, Body Count is fucking overrated as shit, if you ask me. Gulch was excellent. Heaven Shall Burn was pretty good. I didn't listen to Infant Island. How the fuck is Kvelertak in here? That's not any of these things. That's not hardcore, metalcore, or deathcore. Why the fuck is Kveler... That's like butt rock with, like, black metal vocals. If anything, it should have been in, like, the hard rock category. That's so weird that that's in here. I didn't even notice that. Leeched is sick, too, by the way. If y'all want something really sharp and intense, Leech is good. But End, Splinters from an Ever-Changing Face out of these is easily the pick, if you ask me. See what people thought. All right, so then we've got... Yeah, how come Grindcore gets its own category, but then they mash all those together? All right, heavy and melodic metal. So we've got lots of good choices here, but again, not stuff that I spent enough time with that I felt confident about this. So we got Armored Saint, Cirith Ungol, Dark Forest, Eternal Champion, Lady Beast, Molten Chains, Solicitor, Solitary Sabered, Tau Cross, and the Wizard. Yeah, what the fuck? You're right, Blackwater. Why it wasn't Code Orange in there? That's very strange. And honestly, Loathe. Loathe probably should have been in there too instead of the other category. Yeah, they do some weird shit with that sometimes. I do genuinely like Metal Storm, and I like this voting event every year, but yeah, they do weird screwy things with where they put stuff sometimes. All right, so I'm seeing votes for Eternal Champion. I'm gonna go with that. Oh, that was the one with the titty cover, right? So, yeah, you got everybody was raving about that album. That seems like a safe bet. I'm pretty confident that'll be the winner too. Like everybody was raving about that album. Industrial cyber electronic. This is always a weird category too, where it feels like they threw a whole bunch of different stuff in here. Gave it to Igor. I really enjoyed Fang, and were Igor not in here, I would have given it to them. But I enjoyed that. And there's again some other good stuff in here. Wheelfall is pretty solid too. But gotta give it to Igor, man. He's just a master of his craft and a complete weirdo. I think he commented on my review too. Uh, let's see. We were at Melodeath. You all know the score if you've been following my reviews. I did not give it to Dark Tranquility. Dark Tranquility are my boys. They're my favorite, but Mors Principium just made a better album. Easily. And Verminous was decent, but not one of Black Dahlia's top tier albums. Not worth album of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if that or Dark Tranquility ends up winning just on name recognition. But if you ask me, out of all these, totally Mors Principium est. 100%. All right, we're back in business now, I think. Should be going, even though I lost like half of y'all. But we do what we can. Boo, Omega, I need your help. All right, anyways, we were on Melodeath. Let's go to Melodic Black Metal. Now, I listened to some of these, but again, I wasn't confident enough to make a choice. I listened to Wayfarer, I listened to Winterfelleth, I listened to Cult of Fire, which probably would be my choice. I think I listened to a little bit of And Oceans. But yeah, what do y'all think? Who should be my vote for Melodic Black Metal? This is what we got here. See Dark Fortress. You know what? I listened to that one too. You're right. That was a good one. I can go with that. I feel all right about that. All right. We're going to go with Dark Fortress. And then we've got Metal Gaze. I did Diuge. Liked Diuge. Other good choices on here, as usual. But I'm going to keep it simple. Post Metal. A lot of choices on here I was not as familiar with. Of course, The Ocean is probably going to be the winner. So everybody was raving about that. I think my daughter's about to come in here again, so forewarned. Who should we have for post metal here? Again, I know everybody. Jamie was raving about The Ocean. I think Quest for Metal had good things to say about The Ocean. Metal Meltdown. everybody and their mom. I know Banger also. I think I remember somebody from Banger gave them the top vote. But Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace. I'll probably just end up going with that. I did like what I heard. For some reason, it just didn't click with me the same way it did with other people. All right. Going once, going twice. Sold to the Ocean. All right. Moving along. Oh, wait, I didn't vote. God dang it. Fucking dumbass today. Submit vote. All right. Then we've got Power Metal, which again, I listened to virtually no Power Metal besides that Ensiferum album, which I argue was more of a Power Metal album than a folk metal album. Here are our choices. So what are we thinking for Power Metal? We got A Sound of Thunder, Black Fate, Demons and Wizards, Falconer, Judicator, Lore, Manticora, Persuader, Sacred Outcry, and Unleash the Archers. Blackwater saying Falconer was good. Oh, and Hard Look said, hey, what's up, Hard Look? Says, check out our album, The Great Tribute. You got a little plug there. Maybe don't lead with that next time, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Check out Hard Look. Unleash the Archers was cool as well. I think I listened to a little bit of that one. I think I listened to a little bit of Falconer too. But I don't know. I need more input here. Let me check out Falconer if it's on here. Very Viking cover.
Is giving up the answer.
I don't know about those.
Rest my weary head as I close my eyes to sleep. Hunter is there, will never give in. My sanity.
It's not enough power behind the vocals.
Fools have the day.
Nah, the vocals kind of aren't doing it for me. What about Unleash the Archers? Again, y'all, I'm a total noob when it comes to power metal. Like, I know the big names, but beyond that, I'm kind of at a loss. Oh, wait, oh, wait, you can't see this. Okay. So... I like that cover. That's pretty neat.
And as I learn to forgive you for all you've done,
Wait, that's like
I knew would wake you
okay, I like that.
take you from her and to make you mine.
I like that enough. That's still in my inbox. I might even go download it. I think that's got my vote. Again, unless anybody in the chat had another choice. Truth be told, I know very little power metal. Yeah, same, man. All right, Unleash the Archers it is. That brings us to some more that I already did. Progressive metal. I gave it to Protest the Hero. Fucking sick comeback album. I know it's hard for... They don't really... They're so different from the other things in this category that it's a little bit upsetting. And of course, Intronaut, always great. Other Green Carnation, like there's so many other good things in here, but that album was just too damn good. It almost should have just been in the metalcore category, but it is very progressive too. So I don't know. That's what I voted for. And then Sludge, I gave it to a little bit of an upset here. I was prepared to give this to Primitive Man, but I gave it to Yashira for just like a last minute. Did a good job, but lots of other. I like Vile Creature. Thou is always good. Um, yeah, lots of good stuff on this list, but I that Yoshira album just scratched me right where I needed it. So there you go. Some of the power metal bands I do know is more black metal or Melodic. Yep, yeah, same. Hail, Spirit Noir, Eden in reverse. All right, stoner metal. Another category I spent little to no time with last year. Did not listen to any of these. So maybe y'all have a suggestion for this one. Dude, we had that in the Black Dahlia Murder. We had that in Melodeath, and that album's just okay. It's just okay. Like, I love the Black Dahlia Murder. Did a Black Dahlia Murder tier list, but I would put that right, kind of in the middle of their discography, lower middle even. Like, it was decent, but it was not like year end material. Mors Principia Mass just knocked them completely out of the park. So Elder's good, says Blackwater. Any other thoughts on stoner metal category here? Let me check out. Well, then I'll probably like it more, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of crossover between stoner and prog usually. I guess not always, though. I mean, even thinking about... did I listen to some of this? This cover looks super... Yo, I listen to so much music that I forget things I listen to. Funny story, actually, at one point, I reviewed an album twice one year because I forgot that I'd reviewed it. And I'd so forgotten that I reviewed it that I wrote a new review. So I had two separate more power. I'm going back to this other album so I don't forget to see if I have it. I don't know. Any other thoughts on that? Otherwise, I'll probably just go with Elder because we'll be here all day. I don't see anyone else speaking up, so I'll give it to Elder. What else? We're almost through. Symphonic Metal. Shortlist. Ad Infinitum, Blackguard, Delane, Lorna Shore, which is so out of place in here and should have just been in Deathcore, and Seven Spires. I liked that Lorna Shore album, but it was by no means like an end of year album, and again, I don't feel right voting that over a bunch of other albums that probably fit more into this category that I haven't listened to. Oh, Stoned Gizzard. You got the perfect name for that last category. You jumped in here late. Should have gone with Green Druid then. Well, what are we thinking for Symphonic Metal? Oh, I forgot they actually have like the full album art and stuff down here. And move this more to the side so I can see. Blackguard looks kind of cool. Oh, thoughts on this one? Chat's a little quiet again. I can do this a faster way now. Oh, don't take me all the way out. No. Ugh. Solid instrumentation.
Now I run in tears from my bed.
The little like xylophone in there, that's neat. Let me let me try this one. Oh, they're not on Bandcamp. They're on YouTube. I don't want to mess with YouTube. That cover is hideous for Delane. Like, that alone almost makes me want to just not even bother with that one. But that's not really fair, I suppose. You can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes I come across albums that are really good that have really awful covers. A little folky too, even.
Remember, you and me again. This is what it seems.
That's pretty solid. I recall seeing this cover getting shown everywhere, but it was mostly I noticed it just because it's such a just hideous cover. Thoughts. Yeah, everyone. No one else familiar with these. We got 7 Spires. A lot of these are not available on Bandcamp, which is a little bit of a downer. Oh, I'll go ahead and give it to Ad Infinitum. I liked what I was hearing there. Enough that I would actually go back and check out more. Alright, and then the last genre category is thrash metal. Silosis, I don't think belongs in here either. Like, they're doing some weird stuff here. And then the albums I liked, I listened to thrash in 2020. None of the albums I liked are on here. I covered, I'm trying to remember what I covered. What did I cover? I covered at least 3 thrash albums that I really liked that were all from kind of newer bands. Maybe y'all can remember for me since my memory's crap right now. I did Sodom. Sodom's not on the list. How the fuck is Sodom not on the list? Sodom was decent. Had great singles. Harlot. I really liked Harlot. Where the fuck is Harlot? Like, what the hell? Take Silosis off of here. Put them in, like, metalcore. That's not an insult, by the way. I love metalcore, but that's kind of more what their sound is. They're not a thrash metal band. But I'm seeing votes here. So, Butcher, Warbringer. I kind of want to do a write-in here. Like, that Harlot album, I think that was the one I liked the most. Just trying to refresh my memory. Yeah, I covered Harlot, Sodom. There was another one, too. But that Harlot album, y'all... Let me open another Bandcamp window because I don't want to forget about them. I don't know how many of you listened to that Harlot album, but it was pretty sick. It had some vocal issues, but overall it was pretty awesome. Australia doing that thing.
The ruins we are waiting for the dawn. Like white busy in the atmosphere, cooking all eternal darkness and bleeding out aggression.
Yeah, it was, man, good. That should be in there. I don't know why it didn't get included. There was another thrash album that I really liked, though, and I can't remember what it was. Now, anybody else remember what other thrash album I reviewed? Yeah, Bungle. I just can't give it to Bungle, though. Like, also considering this isn't... That's technically not a 2020 album when you really think about it, too, if you want to get weird like that. And I don't really like Sepultura anymore, but I wish I could remember what the other freaking... There were 3 big thrash albums that I remember reviewing and really liking, but for some reason I cannot remember what the third one was. And I feel like the third one was the one I liked the most, but fuck it, I'm going to give it to Harlot. I'm going to do a write-in. I'm not going to respell that shit. Write-in. Okay. Alright, and then they've got other stuff here. So, Clandestine Cut of the Year is for, like, kind of like a newcomer who seem like they're on the verge of getting big, basically, with something they put out. Yeah, I'm more forgiving with vocals with thrash too, but I'll re-listen to something more. Ooh, Snorlax is on here. I might have to give it to them. So which of these do you feel like is the best sort of precursor to something much bigger, more or less, is what the clandestine cut is? I didn't listen to as many of these. I don't know if anyone has thoughts, because I'll probably go with Snorlax unless somebody else chimes in here on any of these other ones. Snorlax was pretty good. Not the most original thing, but it was solid. I know there's like a delay on the stream too. It's a pretty big delay too. All right, I'm going with Snorlax. All right, best album artwork. So this one is a write-in only, but what I usually do is I look at what other people wrote in to see what I think. Man, that delay is bad. I see your chats come through, but they come through like way after. Ooh, Oculus is a good choice. Bell Witch always a good choice. Black Crown Initiate, that album, I don't know. I don't really like that album. Cult of Lilith Mara was decent. Dark Tranquility Moment had kind of a generic looking album. Let's see. Imperial Triumphant had a pretty cool cover. Mercure. Volkasanga, it was alright. Yeah, lots of choices on here. I'm trying to like conjure in my mind. There were a lot of cool looking album covers, so this is always hard to just pick one. But if I'm gonna piggyback off of any of these, Blackwater Rust, you said In Victory. What is that, the band or the album name? Testament. Was that the other album I listened to? Did they have an album last year? Fuck me, man. My memory is shit right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'll probably, out of these, I'll probably go to Oculus. That was kind of a cool cover. So I don't really like writing something in that's not on here, because I know you're better off voting something that's already been voted if you actually want it to win. All right. Oh wait, Unleash the Archers, Oculus, Imperial Triumphant. Yeah, those are all good. Let's compare here. So we got the Oculus cover. It always takes me a second to spell that right. So we got Melinoy versus Imperial Triumphant. Probably could have just as easily done Google. Oh wait, that's right. It's not. It's in the damn label. Wait, is it even on Bandcamp? Because fucking Century Media. Like, I like Century Media, but they can be kind of a pain in the ass about some things too. So yeah, so we got these two. That is tough. They're cool in different ways. Actually, I think I'm gonna give it to Imperial Triumphant. I like the level of detail, and It's a more original concept. Boom. Another one in the bag. Oh, In Victory the band. Okay. Best cover song. I don't remember hearing that many. Elysian. They usually do good covers. Amaranth. Blind Guardian did Merry Christmas, Everybody. Burning Witches. Cripple Black Phoenix. Devin Townsend, We Like to Party in Isolation. Venga Boys cover? I didn't hear that. I need to check that out. And Saphira Melil Lateva. Oh, Flesh God. Flesh God Blue turns to red. I don't know. I might have to give it to that. Even though, wasn't that after the new year? I'm forgetting now. Or was that still in December? Oh yeah, Isan did all those covers too. They were okay. Oh yeah, and then Imperial Triumphant did the Voivod cover. Inter Arma did Purple Rain. Man, there's a lot on here that I'd like to hear, actually. There's some interesting stuff on here. Thou did a Cranberries cover? Man, this is crazy. But I didn't hear that many. I only... Mastodon did Atlanta. Oh, I love Butthole Surfers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Flesh God, technically it wasn't that year, so that was probably somebody not realizing that when they wrote it in. I'm really curious about... Where did that go? Where was the one I wanted to listen to? There's a Transylvanian Hunger one. Oh, Purple Rain, Inter Arma. That's what I wanted to see. I'm imagining that's on YouTube. I gotta be real careful about
It's
this
a
one
chance to
because
see
it's
the
a
all-new styles arriving daily.
copyrighted
Plus, save
version
20 to
of a
40% off
copyrighted
clearance items.
song. I was hoping they'd bring more actual sludge into it. Like, I don't really like when covers just try to sound just like the song. Yeah, I'm not down with that. That's kind of boring. I need more... Put more of yourself into your cover, man. Like, ah, crap, I accidentally hit Mozilla. I didn't want that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't know then. Any suggestions? I don't know if any of y'all heard this. Seven Dust did A Day I Tried to Live. Let me check that out. That could be pretty sweet. Lejean's got the pipes for it. If anyone could do those vocals, he would be somebody.
The day for the tree. And bed is change and gave it to the rest. Singing one more time around.
That's kind of cool. It's a little clean. Like, it doesn't have enough edge to it. It's like so glossy that it takes some of that Soundgarden feeling out of it. But that's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. That could be a contender. Did that come out last year? Yeah, it did. June. Hadn't heard that. Seven Dust. I'm gonna write that in, because otherwise we'll be here all day. And I didn't even mean to be on this long. Been a while since I even listened to Seven Dust, honestly. I don't really keep up with their newer stuff. All right. Best debut album. We're back to choices here. Ooh, Black Curse jumps out at me. Cryptic Shift, Skeleton. I don't know, y'all. My vote would be for Black Curse, but if any of you have a different suggestion. Yeah, they had that. That was one of the choices. Was the Imperial Triumphant one? I can't tell if the sync is just the video or if the chat is also off too. So that's kind of trippy. Fires in the Distance. Okay, as a vote for this one, Skeleton or Black Curse. Black Curse is just gnarly, y'all. I don't know if you guys heard Black Curse, but let me play a snippet of that. That shit is raw. I think I'm gonna go with Black Curse. Like, this is just pure unadulterated violence. Black enemy. Death metal. It's like a blazing, like the cover perfectly kind of sums it up, really, if you ask me. I'm gonna go with Black Curse. That's my vote. Y'all, again, feel free to hop on there and vote for stuff. Atramentus was a debut too. That's pretty cool. That's the boys from Spectral Voice and Primitive Man. Yeah, it's a mixture of do they say it in here? Oh, they don't say it in this particular rundown, do they? But yeah, it's a mixture of people from different Colorado bands. Always a good time. Best DVD, I have no idea on this one. It's kind of funny to even think about DVDs right now. They should probably change it to like best video presentation or something. Cause who the fuck gets a DVD most of the time? Septic Flesh is on here. I didn't watch any of these. I don't know if any of you all watch these. I usually just leave this one blank because I genuinely have no idea. I don't watch a lot of this stuff. I mean, if I were to write in anything, honestly, it would probably be that Code Orange stream that like basically broke records. Even though it shouldn't technically count probably, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one blank. And then best video. So best music video. I was actually thinking about this today, and I'm gonna make a effort this year to actually write down the videos I like as I watch them, because I can easily just forget about them later. There's a lot of vote-ins on here. Let's see if any of these jog my memory of something that particularly stood out. Oh, you know what? I might give it to I've got two on my mind actually. 156 Silence's title track from their album. And Igor Very Noise was fun too. It's just so fucking weird. And then also the Belly Full of Salt and Spleen. I think I'm gonna go with that. Napalm Death. That was just like haunting. Belly Full of Salt and Spleen. Oh, Stoned. Yeah, Stoned. We're on the same wavelength. Igor, MCT, I'm with you on Igor because I love that. And that was actually one of my earliest videos on this channel, like actual videos, and first, like one of the first video reactions. And it actually has a decent number of views, which is interesting because it was just such a low effort video. Like some of the videos I think are going to get big don't, but that one just on a lark ended up doing well. Biggest letdown. Man, I have a bunch. Anal Nathrak, I'm glad to see that at the top of the list. I'm not alone here. That might be mine. Because I actually... Dark Tranquility Moment a little bit too. But it still ended up being good. Lamb of God, I didn't really like, but I wasn't let down by it because I didn't really expect that I was gonna really like it that much anyways. Um 6 feet under. That's not a disappointment. Like that's just like we knew it was gonna be shit and it was shit. What are you gonna do? The biggest disappointment, I think I'll have to give it to an Al Nath Rock, honestly, because I had pretty high hopes for that album, and so the sheer like differential between what I wanted, what I expected versus what I got is probably the widest for that one versus any of the others, because there were plenty of other disappointing albums this year, but or last year, but that was the one I think that kind of shit the bed for me the most. Yeah, definitely not Deftones. I love Deftones. Yeah, I know, Shreve. Some people really like that album. Like it seems like all the other channels I hang out with, uh, they, yeah, I don't know. They all love it. The last one was what I didn't like the last one either. I will contend that it's better than the last album, but to me, like the whole of the law was like the pinnacle of anything that they'd done, and since then it's all been downhill, if you ask me. So I don't know. Black Horse is Trivium. Um, oh, and then Jordan coming in with the music videos. Yeah, that Ulcerate video was decent. Yeah, the Primitive Man immersion video was really good too. I did a reaction to that. I actually talked to because I had him on the podcast, but I actually have contact info for Ethan, and I chatted with him about it and showed it to him before I put it up to see if he was like cool with it. And he pretty much enjoyed what I had to say, and we had a chat too about how there were a lot of like Twin Peaks style inspirations in there that I picked up on that actually were intentional, so that was kind of cool. All right, and then what is this biggest surprise, which I just said a minute ago, an album that was kind of a big surprise for me, and now I'm forgetting which one it was. Oh, Napalm Death. I might give it to Napalm Death because I was not anticipating that album to be that good. And Sephirim was a little bit of a disappointment for me too. Genghis Tron working on new material. What? You can't be disappointed in an album that hasn't come out. I know you're disappointed that it didn't come out, but Inquisition was a pretty big surprise too. I could give it to that one. What else we got on here? Poppy, that kind of surprised me too, for sure. I almost feel like she should be represented on here in some way. System of a Down, Taylor Swift Folklore. I mean, I heard people were surprised by it. Ulcerate, Varg, Viscera. I mean, if I'm really going by sheer like shocked that I didn't hate it and was actually genuinely intrigued by it, I'm gonna give it to Poppy. Like that, there were other albums that wowed me in a way where I wasn't expecting them to, but that one was just like so bizarre, and I expected it to be kind of a joke, but it wasn't. Like I only loved like half of it, but that half of it I really enjoyed, and I'd like to hear more of it. So give it to Poppy for, I don't know if people are going to be mad at me for that, but biggest surprise, not Deftones. Like I was just middle of the road for, I've come to, especially after Gore, just come to a point where I don't have expectations for a Deftones album. I'm always excited to hear it, but I have zero expectations as to whether I'm going to like it or not. So if I don't like it, I'm not surprised. If I like it, I'm not surprised. And I really did enjoy it, but I wasn't really surprised by it. All right, Drama of the Year is always kind of a fun category just for shits and giggles. And this is the last one. And then we'll wind down here. Feel free to chime in the chat too. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like Poppy was fun. And it was for what it was a solid album. Oh, COVID. Everyone's writing in COVID. Everything. Five Finger Death Punch. That's a good one. Man, come to think of it, yeah, we will have a bunch of good ones here. Children of Bodom. That's not drama though. That's just sad. Plus, that happened. Didn't that happen after the new year? COVID. No live performances. Cynic. Iced Earth. That happened in 2021. John Schaefer being a bad boy. Inquisition. Dagon is a dirty. You know what? Who else has stated it's a victimless crime? Oh, good lord. Come on. I want some real, like, drama. Yeah, see, that's just sad, too. The power trip. Riley Gale is just a tragedy. Quit saying John Schaefer, guys. It's obviously, but for 2021. Rush, Neil Peart death, again, sad, but not drama. Oh, Trapped! It's gotta be Trapped. Trapped Twitter meltdown, you got it. You got it. You got it. Of course. They don't have a worst album of the year category in here. I would totally put 6 Feet Under in there. But yeah, it's got to be Trapped. That was just priceless. And it just kept going. That was the gift that just kept on giving. I don't get wrapped up in drama much, but that one was just fun. It was just fun to watch. Trap played a super spreader biker event too. Of course they did. Drum of the year, Trap versus everyone. Yeah, totally. And yeah, that is Metal Storm. So yeah, go out and cast your own votes. I always find it fun. It takes them about a month, I would say, to post the results. So just kind of be ready for that. So we probably won't see them till like March. But it's always interesting to see how it pans out. And it's not like, I feel like most awards, I kind of feel like, oh, I know how this is going to go. But sometimes things swing in a direction I totally didn't expect. And it's kind of cool that it's entirely crowd voted, even if they ultimately put things in categories at the beginning. And like I said, they put some stuff in some weird categories. But who's, I'm curious too. I always like to look on the sidebar here. Who's on the charts? Asphyx, number 1 on their chart right now. With Therion, number 2. That's kind of interesting. Accept is number 4. God dang it, man. See, this is why I get annoyed about legacy bands, is that, like, just because of their name recognition, people will just continue to buy their albums, even if they're not that good. Like, I can't get down with that. It annoys the heck out of me. And the fact that it's above Tribulation just feels like an absolute sin. And Steven Wilson too, and Yothuria. Nervosa at number 10. That's pretty cool. What was the top of 2020? Draconian, number 1. Paradise Lost. See, this kind of surprised me too. Morris Principias pulled number 3. That makes me very happy. I would not have expected that. And above Anal Nathrak. Ulcerate's on here too. Excellent. See, that's cool. Like, this is, again, something I like about Metal Storm, is it continues to surprise me. It's not like the typical, you know, so many sites, if you crowdsource it, you'll wind up with just like Lamb of God, Devil Driver, like the big names just because they're big names. Whereas here, like, it seems like the cream really does rise to the top in most cases. Not always. Top 200. Death Symbolic, number 1 right now. Cool. Well, yeah, unless there are any other... Yeah, dude, Accept was meh. I had fun putting that review together just to chat about it, but yeah, it's just whatever. Back off, I'll take you on. That's right. Headstrong, take on anyone. All right, I think that's it for now, though. I was just going to keep this one short, but thanks for joining me on this little journey, and I will see you around. Be sure to check out all the videos that are up. As always, been putting them up daily. I just put up the... Chris just put up an interview today, and I just put up the Smashing Pumpkins tier list, which I had a lot of fun making. So check those out, and I will see you in the next one.